viewers. As you may have noticed, it is now December. And December, not only do we get to kick off the holiday shenanigans, but I also get to fulfill my event calendar addiction and actually have a good reason for it, which is why we will be taking a look at the official Pokemon Holiday Funko Pop Advent Calendars. Woo! And to make today's review even sweeter, I am treating you guys to a Luigi 2-for-1 special where we will be unboxing both of these calendars in the same video. For once, procrastination pays off. Personally, I'm quite excited to see what these will be like. I have never owned a Funko Pop before and have only seen what they look like in real life from friends and such, so I'm interested to see how they'll hold up. I'm particularly excited for these as they are Pocket Pops, which are basically just mini versions of larger existing Funko Pops. And as you guys may know, I love me some tiny things, so these seem right up my alley. From first looks, I might even have to say that the minis are looking cuter than their regular counterparts. Let's take a closer look. Starting with the event calendar from 2021, we have this cool snowy winter vibe, or the theme of that year. We also got some neat snowflake designs paired with this cute candy cane border around the edges. Tied all together, we got that silver ribbon over there, which really seals the deal. One thing I did find kind of funny was that if you look closely at this large Pikachu, it got so fuzzy around the edges, like they just took a small picture and tried to blow it up for the cover of this box. Like seriously, you couldn't take a higher resolution photo for literally the cover of your product? Kinda silly. Here's the side of the box. Very nice, very formal looking, and it even sports a 25th anniversary logo at the top. Dang, did it really come out that long ago? That feels just like yesterday, I swear. Here's the top of the box, which is quite similar to the sides, minus a few layout differences. We also get to see some more of that ribbon. Woo, consistency. Here's the back of the box, and we can see all 24 figures that we'll be getting inside. Gasp! Spoiler alert! From what I can see, it looks like we get a nice variety of Pokemon, minus these 4 silver boys down here. I'm not a big fan of the whole special edition figures, and all they end up being is a shiny solid color of a pre-existing mold. Like, if you want to make something feel rare or special, make it look actually cool and unique. But other than that, these all look pretty nice. Next up, here is the front of the newest calendar for this year, and I have to say, I am loving this color scheme so much more than the blue. That red, gold, and black looks so classy together, and I just adore it. It seems they're reusing the same template as the last calendar, since basically the format of the front is almost identical to the 2021 version, so nice consistency. But I'm sorry, Lucario, what did they do to your face, bro? Here's what the sides of the box look like. Very fancy and formal, but I love that little Eevee down there as well. Here's the top of the box, and again, it looks identical in format to last year. But as I mentioned, I think these colors look a lot prettier together. Here's the back of the box, and just by looking at the Pokemon included, I think I like this variety better, as I see more of my personal favorites in this one than in the previous calendar. From a brief glance, I could only count 4 duplicate Pokemon that were already in last year's calendar, so that is a bit of a bummer. Granted, we could have gotten another handful of silver Pokemon, or have half of the event calendar comprised of repeat Pokemon, so it could be worse, and I'll settle for the dupes. But other than that, I think we get a great variety in this lot. And there we go, a brief look at the presentation and packaging. Overall, I do like both and enjoy the harmony between them. But as I mentioned before, I think that the red and gold one looks a bit nicer than the blue and silver one. The continuity between both is great, and seeing them side by side is really satisfying. Looking at their varieties of Pokemon, I am pretty excited to see both, actually. I can appreciate that there is so few duplicates, as I know Jazzwares is much worse for including dupes in their calendars. But honestly, I'm just surprised to see how many Pokemon Funko have created designs for. Like, I knew about some of these guys, but most I had no idea got the Funko treatment. It's crazy to see. But other than that, I'm hoping these baby Funkos will turn out to be super adorable. So let's put that theory to the test. Okay, we are plastic free now, and here are the insides of the boxes. Oh my goodness, I actually quite like the interior designs for both of these. The snowflakes look so cool on this one and give off that classic wintry holiday vibe that we all know and love. But this one, oh, I love this one. That lovely turquoise variant paired with those elegant black diamonds with gold embroidery is just, so good. And look at that floor! It is killing it with that gold and red trim, baby. The classy vibe of this one is really winning me over right now. Bonus points for the Velcro latches too, as it has been so long since I last saw an event calendar use them. Tape can only take you so far, my friends, but Velcro gives you durability and no falling flaps. Peak. Okay, enough gushing about the boxes. It's unboxing montage and figure review time, baby. Buckle up and enjoy some cozy ASMR for a bit. right! That was everybody from both the calendars, and oh boy, did that feel like that took forever. On the bright side, I must say that I really love all these little guys, and each are so cute in their own way. They are definitely so much better in their mini forms than its big old clunky 5-inch creatures. So that's a big bonus right there. I feel like their eyes would drill into your soul otherwise, you know? When they're babies like this, it's not really as scary, you know? Taking a moment to look at the 2021 calendar specifically, I have to say, I quite enjoyed it. All the Pokemon look very cute, and the variety was pretty decent. Taking a look at the Silver Pikachu, for example, it actually kind of surprised me as it wasn't all one color. It has some dark green to highlight its markings, and I feel like that helps out the visual design a lot, a saving grace to a otherwise bland Pokemon, if you will. If only they could have pulled through with the others, as that they would have looked so much better, especially with this poor Bulbasaur here. What a wasted opportunity. The quality for the set is pretty good for the most part. The only Pokemon I feel like was struggling was Mr. Mime, as his assembly job isn't the best for his body. Sorry bro, it's not your day. And of course, what kind of calendar would this be if we didn't get some derpy Pokemon thrown to that mix? Just take a look at this poor Mewtwo. That face. Oh my goodness, why? And look at this Rattata sneer! Both hilarious yet disgruntling. But how could we forget this poor Cubone? I think he was dropped on his head one too many times as a baby. But there was only one lucky Pokemon who managed to escape his plastic base, and that was our lad, Jolteon. As I showed earlier, he came like that in his packaging. I did not break him off and take him out of the box. And honestly, I see this as a total win, since I hate these dumb little plastic stands. Poo-poo. And yeah, just looking past the few nitpicks and the metallic gang, I think everyone else turned out very well, and I'm pleased with this calendar overall. Good job! Now, taking a look at the newest event calendar, I must say, I really do love this one. The selection was fantastic for this calendar, and I liked pretty much everyone in it. Yes, we did sadly end up with 4 duplicates from the first calendar, but it could have been worse, so they get a pass because they are cute. My largest complaint for this set is that they did not include my favorite evolution. Where the heck is Glaceon? You have all the other evolutions except her? She has 3 freaking variations of a Funko already. So you dang old know they could have made her into a mini. I guess I'll have to wait for her next year's installment. But the injustice is real. At least we get the other evolutions. Moving on to Lucario now. Surprisingly, he doesn't look that bad in person. Heck, they even went so far as to give him little toe beans on the bottom. That was actually one thing I was quite surprised to see with this calendar. The attention to detail with things like paw pads and smaller markings, despite them not being easily seen. Scorbunny is another example of this, as they also added his obscure paw marking right here. Poor Scorbunny though, his mascara is running real bad on his left eye. But it's kind of charming in a way. Can we also talk about how chubby and pure this Oshawott is? And you know, same goes for Piplup. Piplup is awesome too. And oh boy, I have just discovered how peak these angry Pikachu figures are. I can get a bit salty towards Pikachu sometimes, but seeing these little angry yellow furballs has introduced me to a new concept I quite enjoy. Let's get some more of these, please. And Lapras, my new child. He's so pure! It feels like all your troubles just melt away as soon as you gaze into his eyes. I love him. And yeah, overall I quite like everyone in this set too, and I definitely think this calendar has won me over compared to the 2021 version. Both are still great though, and if you can get both, go for it. Okay, final thoughts time. Since I've gotten to take a close look at the Funko products firsthand, does this ever mean I would get a normal sized one? Maybe. While I do think most of these designs are neat and the visual style is quite cute, I think they are mainly benefiting from the mini stature of the Pocket Pop line in this instance. Maybe that's a personal thing, but I would maybe only consider getting a normal size version of like 3 or so of these Pokemon, while I remain quite content with the rest in their mini forms. Perhaps some of you may disagree with me if you own the regular Pops and prefer those, but I feel like the minis have a lot to offer, as you can collect more without taking up as much space. You get a large variety of unique Pokemon molds, and you get a chance to see if you even like the model in person. person. Think of it like a sampler pack where you get to try a little of everything before you decide to buy the full course meal. Honestly, Funko could be making big bank if they decide to spend more time into creating packs of Pocket Pops outside of event calendars, as they are super cute and tons of people would love packs for cheaper. Because if I'm being honest, these event calendars aren't cheap. But since both these calendars were so pricey, I at least feel like they were worthwhile in the end and give you some great bang for your buck with the figures, packaging, and presentation. My biggest issue with both these are the stands. As I mentioned earlier, I do not like that the Pokemon are permanently glued to their stands. I feel this is greatly unnecessary considering 90% of these guys can stand on their own, and it would have been so much better if they made the stands optional so you could display them with or without the bases. Lucky for us, I have heard from many other people that these figures are extremely prone to snapping off their bases anyway, so I guess it works out in the end. I do hope going forward they'll make the stands optional so they can be actually accurate to the back of the boxes for once. Don't lie to me, don't get my hopes up. But in the end, I had fun with both these calendars and I really enjoyed getting to compare both at the same time. I think they complement each other very nicely and make for a great beginner's dip into the world of Funkos. The quality is good, the content is worthwhile, and the minis bring pure joy. If they make another calendar for the Funko Pokemon line, I will for sure pick it up. Especially if it has Glaceon. Please give me Glaceon. And alright, yep, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. So thank you guys for joining me today. I'm very happy I was able to do another event calendar review. It's been a whole year, so I get to go crazy now. But anyway, just thank you guys so much for your time today. And if you made it this far in the video, it'd be lovely if you would consider subscribing, leaving a like, commenting, all that wonderful jazz. That would help the channel out so much, especially now going towards our goal of 2,000 subscribers. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night. And remember to have a happy holidays this festive season.